is using his platform to spread awareness and destigmatize all the conversations around it.
He's always gonna be the face of BMF. I'm gonna forever be in the shadows.
What if you stop looking at it as a weakness? Turn it into a strength.
Like moving in shadows.
Exactly. They'll never see you coming.
All right, Da Vinci stars as Southwest T, a drug kingpin in the TV series BMF, and he joins us now in studio. Good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, so you have been speaking to college students all around the country about mental health. What inspired you to do this?
It's a personal struggle where I come from. I come from similar backgrounds to them. Being, black in this country, you deal with a lot of that stuff, but you're not aware of it. And I've learned early in my life that my parents, they only focused on the basic needs of my survival and not the emotional needs. And I think the emotional needs is really important because that's what helps with developing the brain. So later on in life, you can articulate yourself, you have emotional IQ and things of that nature. And a lot of the crimes that, we get involved in, it usually stems from that.
That's an interesting point about parenting. Based on what you just said, then what would be your advice to parents?
My advice to parents is try to, I understand that, you got to work multiple jobs to make ends meet, but try to find certain after-school programs or certain books or certain ways to allow your child to start exercising their brain on an emotional level and start developing that type of IQ and just maybe, meditating or reading or learning about how to deal with your emotions, how to deal with frustrations, how to find solutions, being solution-oriented and things of that nature, because when you don't stop the child at a young age, it's going to become a beast after 18.
And so what we often talk about, too, is the stigma that is surrounding mental health and seeking help and getting therapy, talking to a therapist. When you talk to these kids and these students, what is the biggest, deterrent for them when it comes to seeking help? Is it just not knowing what resources are there, or is it really just the shame in needing that?
I think it's not knowing the resources. I think it's also not being educated on it. And I think it is a shame around it because there's stigmas like, if you go seek that, it's like you're crazy or you're this, you're that. But I think when you have a lack of education to something and you don't have access to something, you create these superstitions around it, and our community is known for doing that. But the more the school systems, if they add this into the curriculum, start educating kids on mental health, just like physical health. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like PE. Just have ME, And I think when you're doing that, then kids are gonna realize, oh my God, this is just gonna make me better equipped for life. It's gonna make me more solution oriented. It's gonna make me know how to deal with loss. Life is, a great part of life is more about loss than it is gaining. You're gonna lose a lot in life. You're gonna go through problems. You're either in the problem, leaving the problem, or you're heading towards it, or you are the problem. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just think it starts with the school system. If the school system starts educating kids on it more, then it becomes less of a negative connotation around it, and then we could go forward and helping ourselves.
Thanks for bringing that message to a community that needs to hear it and using your platform for good, not just for gain. And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You can watch Da Vinci on BMF. It airs on Stars. Again, thank you, man, for being here with an important message. We appreciate that. And we will have more Morning Rush after this quick break.
Thank you, guys.